Me a little bit more about some of the science behind. Obviously, you have a very robust research background, been studying and working on the problem of trauma for a long time. Tell me about some of the science and some of the research behind it.
Of course, the technology that we have is mainly in the area of brain scans. So the technology has changed, and over the past 30 years, we have been able to visualize a lot of how these changes are organized in the brain. So one of the most important findings was our very first study and very first brain study of traumatized people, where we saw that the trauma is really lodged in the right side of the brain, so the back of the right side of the brain, which is the non-rational, reactive part of the brain we refer to as the housekeeping of the body. That's the part of you that takes care of how your body is organized in many ways. So what we discovered is that basically the trauma barely goes into your rational part of the brain, but it really goes into the way you organize your body. And so your body keeps reacting as if you're in danger. And so you have these physiological reactions where you get upset and your heart starts racing, you start secreting stress hormones at inappropriate times. And so you feel out of control. And the people around you think this person is nuts. But it's not only the arousal, which is part of what happens after trauma, it's also the shutting down. When you feel completely helpless, you don't keep fighting. And so trauma is not primarily about a fight-flight response, it's primarily about the shutdown response. So your body starts getting into a defensive mode to try not to feel, try to not experience, try not to overreact. And so one of the most tragic results of trauma is people trying to shut themselves down and not to feel anything at all. And that, of course, makes it very hard to feel alive and to be engaged with your environment.